Hi everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video today. Today's video is called Actual Causes of Dog Aggression. In today's video, we aren't going to be talking about what people commonly think causes a dog to be aggressive. We're going to talk about what actually causes a dog to become aggressive. In today's video, we're going to talk about those most common reasons why a dog becomes aggressive. I'm also going to give you some information and resources about how to stop a dog from being aggressive. We're going to talk a little bit about dog-on-dog aggression. If you have a dog that is specifically aggressive towards other dogs, I'm going to give you some resources about that. I'm also going to give you a link for a professional dog training program called the Dog Calming Code, which will help you if you are dealing with an aggressive dog. So I hope that today's video is helpful. If it is, please go ahead and give it a like. Now, if you have not been here before, my name is Deborah and I own a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com. And several times a month, I do a video all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats. So if you would enjoy this type of content for your pet, please go ahead and subscribe, and please go ahead and share my channel with your friends and family members who have a pet, because they might find these videos to be useful as well. So again, thanks so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. Now, we are on my website, PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and we're going to use a section of this article, How to Stop a Dog from Being Aggressive, to kind of guide me through today's video. I'm going to give you a link to this article in the description box of today's video, but let's go ahead and talk specifically about what actually causes dog aggression. One of the things that you need to understand as a dog owner regarding dog aggression is that when a dog becomes aggressive, there is a physiological process that occurs in the dogs that goes all the way back to their original instincts of fight or flight. It can cause a whole lot of chemicals to be released into their bodies, such as cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. These hormones send your dog into sort of an overdrive where they cannot control their emotions. All right. I'm going to give you a link to Doggy Dan's training where he talks about that more in detail. If you don't know, Doggy Dan is a professional dog trainer and a behavioral specialist. I'm going to talk about him more in this video, but Doggy Dan talks about that quite a lot in his training. And the reason that it's important that you understand that piece is because you need to know what is happening in your dog's brain when he becomes aggressive so that you'll be more capable of solving it. And you also have to realize that once your dog becomes aggressive, it's almost impossible for you to gain control of that dog, because it is almost impossible for the dog to gain control of himself because of that onslaught of chemicals that are happening in his body. Again, it's a physiological occurrence that you can't help and the dog can't help. So the main focus is to learn about what causes aggression in dogs so that you can prevent it from happening to begin with, okay? Now, one of the most common reasons why a dog will become aggressive is just a lack of guidance. Dogs need to be taught what sort of behavior is acceptable and what is not going to be tolerated. Their mother will teach them that. Now, if you've ever seen a female dog teaching her pups, she's a pretty good trainer. She will teach them what is not going to be tolerated. Ideally, this training should happen when the dog is a puppy, and it should continue throughout their life. However, this sort of training can still be implemented in an adult dog. The most important factor in providing guidance for your dog is to make sure that they know that you are in charge. If they see you as the pack leader, if they see you as the decision maker, then they will instinctively follow your guidance. It's what dogs do. They decide who's the pack leader among them. They make that decision in their little doggy brain, and then whoever they have decided is the pack leader, they will by instinct follow that pack leader. Okay, so it's very important that you give your dog guidance as a pack leader, okay? The second most common reason why dogs are aggressive is because they have a lack of boundaries. Just like children, dogs need boundaries. If they don't have boundaries, they can become overwhelmed, anxious, overexcited, and behavioral issues and aggression are often the result. It's important to establish boundaries and teach your dog that you are the leader, that you are the provider, that you are the one in charge. And again, once your dog sees you in this way, he will follow your lead, he will take aggression from you, and he won't feel as if he has to be the one in control. And when you think about it, think about a bratty kid. What's the matter with that kid? Why is that kid allowed to be bratty? Number one, they're not being given boundaries. Their parent is not communicating to them what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. They're not giving them proper guidance. And then they're not being effective in setting boundaries about the inappropriate behavior. The same concepts hold true with a dog, okay? Now, one of the third most common reason why a dog will become aggressive is quite simple. It's a lack of exercise or stimulation, especially in a young dog. Pent-up energy or lack of stimulation can cause a dog to become aggressive. They need an outlet to release tension so their energy doesn't build up and cause them to misbehave or become aggressive. Make sure that your dog is getting enough exercise, at least 30 minutes a day. So, sometimes I think we tend to overanalyze things and we're like, oh, the dog's uptight, the dog is aggressive, he's excited, whatever. And, although it's important for us to research and find out, why is the dog being aggressive? Sometimes I think we read a little bit too much into it and we don't realize the simple things. When's the last time the dog went for a walk? When's the last time the dog got to run at full speed in the park? When is the last time you got on the floor and played with the dog or went out in the backyard and threw a ball? Especially a young dog, they have an unbelievable amount of energy and, they've got to be able to run that off. They've got to be able to burn off that energy. So in my mind, if you're dealing with an aggressive dog, that might be one of the first things that you consider. Is this dog getting enough exercise during his day? But I'm going to go ahead and show you Doggy Dan's the dog calming code. I'll take you to the website and show it to you. I'm going to give you a link to this. Doggy Dan has developed a step-by-step dog training program called the Dog Calming Code, specifically made to stop dog aggression. According to Doggy Dan, if you want to understand how to stop dog aggression, you must first realize that your dog is making his own decisions because he has not received proper guidance, he doesn't understand his boundaries, or he's trying to relieve pent-up energy, most likely a combination of all three of those things. As we discussed earlier, your dog will experience a rush of chemicals in his body when he becomes aggressive, making it nearly impossible for him to calm himself down and listen to you. Check out Doggy Dan's program for step-by-step instructions on how you can solve this. Now, when you go to that link for the dog calming code, this is where you'll end up on the website, the online dog trainer, and you're going to see Doggy Dan in this video, and he's going to be talking in more detail about this issue. And this dog aggression course is extremely helpful and extremely effective. So I hope that you'll take advantage of that and check that out if you yourself are dealing with an aggressive dog. Now, I'm going to give you a link, like I said, to this article in the description box. This particular article covers common misconceptions about dog aggression. I also have a video about that on the on my YouTube channel. The article, obviously, we already covered.
Because in the next few minutes,
Oops, I'm sorry. Doggy Dan is talking on the video. I'm like, where's that voice coming from? I clicked into Doggy Dan and his video. That was almost a little creepy. I kind of felt like there's a man's voice in my house. I should edit that out, but I'm not gonna because it was kind of funny. It was like, where's this man's voice coming from? Because I clicked into Doggy Dan's website and started hearing him talking on his video. That was funny. So this article I'm going to be giving you is where we got the information about these reasons that actually cause dog aggression, but it also has a quite lengthy section in it called dog aggression towards other dogs, and I'm going to be doing a video about that as well. So if that's something specifically that you're dealing with, go ahead and click click into that and go ahead and check the YouTube channel for information specifically about dogs being aggressive toward other dogs. So a couple more things before we leave the video. To give you a link to this article, How to Stop a Dog from Being Aggressive, I'm going to give you a link to Doggy Dance, dog training, the dog calming code, specifically if you need training on dealing with an aggressive dog. So I hope so much that today's video was helpful for you, to give you some information. Perhaps you clicked on this video because you're trying to figure out why your dog is aggressive. And I think by clicking into all these resources that I'm going to give you in the description box, you're going to have a much more clear understanding about what does actually cause dog aggression. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope today's video was helpful to you. Again, my name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.